Young people are dying all across the United States, but at higher rates in red states than blue states. What's going on? Check this out, leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. How do we stop the next generation from dying younger than the generations that preceded them? You've got the Millennials, Generation Z coming up, and we have, over the last 3 years, and I don't think it's a coincidence that it coincides literally with the election of Donald Trump, but over the last 3 years, we have seen death rates in the United States go up and life expectancy rates go down. This is not happening in any other developed country in the world. Big report in today's, or in this week's Journal of the American Medical Association about this. And the shocking part about it is it's not old folks who are dying young. That, if you're over 65, depending on, if you're over 65, the rate of death is pretty much where it was, a decade ago. The major group that is dying young are people between the ages of 25 and 64. There are 35 causes of this. The principal ones are the so-called diseases of despair: suicide, alcohol, and drug overdose. But in addition to that, we're having an explosion of diabetes, an explosion of autoimmune disorders, an explosion of obesity and high blood pressure. And these are the diseases of poverty. These are the diseases of people not being able to afford to eat well, or living in food deserts. And this all ties back to this explosion in inequality in income, inequality in resources, inequality in wealth, and it's producing now inequality in health. And by the way, the states where most of this is happening are red states. Paul Krugman has a great piece in today's New York Times. It's called "America's Red State Death Trip." He says just 20 years ago, in 2000, in the census of 2000, the life expectancy in Democratic areas in blue states and life expectancy in red states was the same. The same for blue and red counties. It was pretty much the same. Now, 20 years later, red counties are experiencing an explosion of deaths, and blue states and counties are staying right where they were. So blue states doing just fine. In fact, life expectancy is actually going up in most blue states. Red states, life expectancy is plummeting. Obesity is higher, diabetes is higher, heart disease is higher. I got to tell you what Bill Barr thinks about this after the break, and then I'll take your calls. Stick around.